Hello, and welcome to the desert. I'm out here house-sitting and taking care of some furry friends. It's my favorite landscape on Earth, but I can't quite enjoy it. Why? Late-stage capitalism. Let's dig in and stretch it out, shall we?
He was gay, so I'm already confused. And so it was a funky in the Asian section, and so like all my traits are
Ah, America, the land of milk and honey. According to our president, the economy has never been better. Then why am I broke as fuck? I'm dodging calls from creditors while working nonstop, and my bank balance is negative $300. The mounting financial stress in my life spirals into thoughts of self-harm, and I can't afford a therapist. At least I have Cymbalta. As a white male, I'm the beneficiary of generational wealth and vast social privilege, so it feels especially embarrassing to hit a financial rock bottom. Why am I so bad at life? I'm not confessing this for sympathy. It's just that not talking about this and pretending everything's okay feels repressed and dishonest. Incidentally, here's my Venmo. The job market may look good on paper, but it feels like most of what's out there is app-based gig economy bullshit and exploitative Amazon warehouse jobs. I'm 32 years old, and I've spent less than 3 months of my life with the kind of job that gives you health insurance. When I hear American politicians shoot down the idea of socialized healthcare by raising the specter of people who like their private insurance, I think, that must be nice. I work as a videographer and a Postmates delivery driver, so you're welcome for your morning Jack-in-the-Box tacos, guy who didn't tip me. But my days are generally full of unpaid work on self-initiated artistic projects. I sometimes work 12 hours a day, and no one's paying me to do it. Don't get me wrong, I feel insanely lucky to more or less be getting by doing what I love. You could make a strong case that I've dug myself into this hole, spending years making niche queer documentaries. And you wouldn't be wrong. But at the same time, there's a serious lack of support for the arts in this country, and the social safety net is threadbare at best. I've been treading water so long, struggling to pay my bills, I've decided to try drowning. Currently, I'm saying fuck it. When creditors call, I block their numbers. I keep pursuing my creative goals and reminding myself this financial stress is only a passing shadow. Breathe through the anxiety of total financial obliteration, and let's overthrow the capitalist system. With the presidential primaries heating up, I'm rooting for the socialist frontrunner, Bernie Sanders. It's frustrating to see the New York Times and the rest of the Democratic Party establishment wring their hands as he grows closer to the nomination, repeatedly writing him off as too extreme. The truth is, Bernie doesn't go far enough. Masha Gessen has a characteristically on-point piece in The New Yorker about Sanders and Warren selling themselves as fixers, not visionaries. What they do not and perhaps cannot address is Trump's one true political talent, the ability to create a sense of anticipation, a feeling of a world to come. The world that he promises is cruel, a world of resentments turning to rage, a world of seductive darkness. A Democratic opponent's best hope of success would come from conjuring the opposite, a glorious vision, an anticipation of being able to wake up in an America that has become the best version of itself, a country we do not yet know but want to inhabit. Though he bills himself as revolutionary, there are limits to Bernie's vision, and blind spots if we're being honest. But he's the best chance America's got, and I believe the secret weapon that could help him win the presidency is the true visionary at his side, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
And as someone who has been told to go back, I'm gonna tell you, we're moving forward. Forward to a multiracial democracy, forward to guaranteed health care, forward to a living wage, forward to fighting for our neighbors, forward for indigenous rights and honoring sovereignty, forward, forward, forward. That's where we're gonna go. We're not going back to the days where people had to hide. We're not going back to the days where people have to worry. We're not going back. We are going forward, and with that, I am so excited to bring you the candidate that will get us there. Senator Bernard Sanders.
After the long depression of 2016, the midterm elections helped restore my hope in democracy. I've been so heartened watching a wave of women, people of color, queer and trans folks enter politics these past few years. AOC and the Squad, these brilliant, uncompromising leftist women, give me hope for a politics that transcends the failed neoliberalism preceding Trump. Whoever wins the presidency, please God not Trump, I hope the Squad grows in rank this election year. Bernie seems the most likely to support big ideas from these forward-thinking voices, like the Green New Deal. That revolutionary idea for a carbon-free economy rooted in social justice is the least we can do in the midst of a mass extinction. But to get us to the place we really need to be, it's going to take radical imagination and untold audacity from young people around the world. Not only to envision more just systems of economics, but to rethink the ideas of nations and politics entirely. Right now, we're fractured into a couple hundred countries, becoming increasingly paranoid and building literal walls around themselves to keep others out. If this planet is going to survive the existential challenges we currently face, from climate change to nuclear war, we're going to have to come together. Maybe then we can open borders, ban nukes, place restrictions on all weapons manufacturing, end income inequality, and institute universal suffrage and human rights. It's hard to imagine that kind of cooperation happening in the fractured, bloodthirsty world we live in now, isn't it? But it shouldn't be. When Democratic presidential candidates talk about themselves as a return to the status quo, they're demonstrating just how scared and unimaginative the Democratic Party is right now. We don't need a return to some fabled version of a functioning, healthy American democracy. We need a worldwide movement that profoundly reimagines the systems controlling everyday life on this planet. And I need $300. A job that offers dental insurance would also be great. Free therapy? Amazing. There are plenty of people who need money more than me. So no pressure, but here's my Venmo, PayPal, Patreon. Ask me about my kink Patreon. Would you like my routing number? If you decide to donate to my foolish fat ass, maybe find a trans person of color who needs your help, or someone struggling in your own life, and help them too. Thanks to systemic discrimination, a lot of queer, trans, and non-binary folks are constantly in need of money. So please, spread the word when you hear them ask for help, and support community members in need. I'm hoping for all our sakes that we'll see a radical leftward shift this year and enter a world with universal health care, tuition-free college, and basic human rights. Maybe even Andrew Yang's dream of universal basic income. Until then, I'll be breathing deep, stretching, and dodging calls from Chase Bank while I plead for money online. Let's manifest utopia, y'all.